The use of technology in teaching and learning poll that I created was used to gauge young adults to mature adults' feedback on technology use in the classroom. So I started off with a simple question, two simple questions indicating current education level, ranging from post high school to postgraduate school. And I would like to know my participants' age. Third, I kind of wanted to start off questions about technology. I wanted to know an earliest memory of technology use in the classroom, and how frequently would you say technology should be incorporated in the classroom, from every day to never. And as I went on, I wanted to know um, what my participants thought would prevent a teacher from using technology in the classroom. I tried to find participants that were not in the education field so I could get a good outsider's perspective on technology use in classes today. So some of the answer choices that I had were too difficult to integrate into lessons, an intimidation factor, no prior knowledge, or it would require too much learning on behalf of the teacher. I also wanted to know a benefit and a drawback that my participants would think technology would bring to the classroom. And my next two questions were kind of based on online learning experiences. I listed a few websites that are typically used for online learning, and I wanted to know if any of the participants are familiar with them. And if they were familiar with one that I didn't list, I wanted to know about that. I also was curious to know if my participants thought that social media could be integrated in the classroom. I think that it definitely can be, but I wanted to know, how do others feel about that? How do those who are not teachers or are not active students, how do they feel about social media being used in the classroom? So I had my answer choices as no, never, maybe, or yes, I believe that there are ways to learn on a social level. I also wanted to know, how important would these participants think that technology is? I have, one being the lowest and five being the highest. One being, keeping it old fashioned, just back to the basics, paper, pen, and books, to five. Yep, technology is very, very important. It needs to be utilized. And also, I wanted to know if my participants had the choice of a 100% technology based class or a 100% books and papers class. Which would they choose? And lastly, I was just curious to know, from what device did my participants answer the polls from desktop to a laptop, tablet to a phone. It kind of just goes to show how much technology has changed and how many different ways that users can answer this poll from. And so I will go over the results in just a second.